Marty.
Mr.
How are
Cook.
you?
Good, very good.
Just got off the course.
Yeah.
Actually playing with club captain Chris Bouchard. I tell you, what a great guy that guy is.
Super nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Him and I were commenting on a great shape the course is in. So and that leads us to the memo that I just saw, or the note that I just saw, where you're going to be aerating it.
Yes, we're going to be starting aeration tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's something that everyone doesn't like, nor do I. I mean, the golf course is in really good shape. But when you go and aerate, the time to aerate is when your greens are the healthiest. That means the recuperation is that much quicker.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of benefits to the aeration, and that actually helps us maintain the longevity of the greens, so that going into the late part of September with the amount of play that we get, the greens can tolerate it. They're stronger, healthier, deeper root structure. They'll drain better, especially when you get into the September rains, even though we've had a fair bit of rain this year. Far cry from last year. But yeah, this is what, we're going to go show a little video. And,
Okay.
Thanks to the USGA, I actually wanted to do some videos, but with the rain that we had this week, we couldn't do our own. So I'm borrowing a bit of video from them so that people have a perspective of what I'm talking about, what we're doing and accomplishing. And we'll go from there.
Okay, great. Show us the video.
All right. Here's a picture, obviously from the video. This is a green that's been aerated. These are the type of pieces of equipment that they use to aerate. Right now what they're doing is coring. That's probably a half-inch tine. And you can see the soil, thatch, the dead grass. There's a variety of things that are coming out of the green that is going to help make this green healthier.
Now, I've seen where you've done big holes, little holes, I'll call them, and even scissor cuts. What would be the difference between them all?
Well, it just depends on the time of year and what you're looking to accomplish. I mean, we could be in really wet condition, and I get to a point where my window of opportunity is very limited. So pulling a core only turns it to mud.
Okay.
So that's when I go out and I'll solid tine. So I'm not pulling anything out. I'm just creating a hole, and I'm trying to get some sand into it. Sometimes I'm going with a very thin pencil-like tine. Which just helps alleviate the compaction and oxygenates the soil, but I haven't put sand into it, nor have I removed some of the organic material. So it's really timing, and this is ultimately what we want to accomplish at least twice a year, is coring and filling with sand, so we're removing. I've done some other processes where we've actually top dressed first, cored, and actually blended the existing greens mix with the fresh sand and incorporating into some of our greens. Again, it's just weather, timing. This year, what we're doing is instead of half-inch across the board, we're going alternated tines, half-inch and 3/8. So it's a smaller tine and a bigger tine, alternating. I'm just a little concerned with the forecast of August being as hot and stressful on the plant. I know we're healthy, and I'm maybe being a little cautious, but I want to make sure that come Club Championship, our greens are spectacular.
No, that's great. Yeah. Now, will that soften up the greens, all those sorts of things?
We will be a bit soft to start with because obviously we've relieved some compaction. But with the irrigation, the overseeding, the fertility that I'm doing, the green becomes healthier, thicker. We're going to get a denser plant canopy, and then the greens will firm up. And as you know, we're going to be rolling regularly and stuff, but you'll notice the speed pick up. Plus, the greens will dry out quicker. If we get a heavier rain, they'll dry out faster because that gas exchange that's taking place in the sand that we've provided the water to move through. So, we just missed that one. Last one was just a spiker. We actually go out and spike the greens once in a while. Most people don't even know we do it.
Yeah.
I try and get out there just before rain. It pokes little holes in the greens and helps draw water into the green and help alleviate a little bit of surface tension. And, it just makes the greens healthier.
Now, does everybody aerate?
A lot of golf courses do, and the thing is, so let's say public golf. In the public golf side of things, there's a real key on revenue. So you don't want to be out there aerating a lot, right? So guys are kind of stuck with only being allowed to aerate once a year, and it's usually in the fall, which really helps encourage POA versus bent. But there are some clubs that do follow regular protocol. The regular aeration routine most guys operate with is 3 times a year. I go really early in the spring because we use covers. So I've already stimulated and got growth going, where guys that maybe don't do covers or they just their practice, they come late May. They'll go and start aerating in late May. And then they're going to do it again in August, and then they'll do it again maybe late September, October. But that's more of a shattering. They're going with a vertidrain and they're driving a really deep tine, shattering the soil, getting it ready for winter.
That's great. So Marty, that was great. How long does it take to restore? Like, when's things going to be back to normal?
You're going to see a big improvement within a week.
Okay.
It's going to be rough for the first few days, but within a week, you're going to see a nice improvement. Within 2 weeks, you shouldn't even know that we aerated.
That's
They
great.
should heal over that quick.
That's great.
Yeah.
Folks, I just want to say thanks for the emails that we did receive last week. We got 2 types of questions. One type was longer term sorts of questions. What are you doing with the traps? When is that going to happen? Bring those on. We really do want to make sure that we answer those. The other ones, and this was the other reason for the email address, was to tell us about things that are happening right away. So for an example, somebody's told us about the weeds on number 6, for example.
Yeah, there's some weeds, maybe a ball washer post that we're not using anymore.
Right.
And, I apologize. Here's the thing. Somehow there was a glitch in the email address setup, and we weren't getting the emails, and we found out about a few days late. So we responded as soon as we knew that they came in, and I was able to quickly react to several of those items. And, I'm always looking for little jobs for my staff to do. And you know what? Like Dennis said, there's things out there I can't see every day. I wish I could, and, maybe it sheds a little light on more attention I need to put on certain things, but we got it done right away. And I appreciate the feedback.
So thanks very much, Marty.
Yeah.
Thanks very much
Thank
as
you.
well.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Okay.